Welcome to the first episode. This is, as I mentioned, the introduction to the financial calendar. We will use the one in October. And for the ones who are very familiar with it, you can skip this video, but I need to explain this to everybody so that we are on the same page. With this, I would like to share my screen and walk you through October, the financial calendar. Financial calendar. This is an overview of the global astrology, which is the market itself, but also what happens at day level for Bitcoin. And the days are pictured in various colors, and we do have green and red. Also, for people who cannot distinguish red from green, we do have the blue underscore file, which is a friendly version for you. So you can check that one where green is replaced with blue. And this was from a member that had this problem and he recommended this to us. This means that we have an overview of what happens in the month. You see it with the weekdays and the dates. So these are the 1st of October, the 2nd of October. Any day that is big, it means a big event which is really influencing the whole Bitcoin and the markets. In this case, it is an eclipse that happens. It's a solar eclipse, and this will be active the whole month usually. And this is let's say, point of observation for you because it can signal a bigger trend. So whatever happens on the day you see here, the weather is good, it means that it would be more bullish. Of course, it's never perfectly bullish because Bitcoin would have some decrease during the day. I would go through the calendar, but I want to pinpoint that you can really go through all these at your own pace. And how can you do that? I do have a text lesson on my website. I do have a video lesson and also a longer video lesson. I think it's over 1 hour, deep dive into the financial calendar. And I invite you to explore this. Here, I only want to give you a quick overview so that you are able to grasp the calendar as fast as possible. So we do have the weather, which is quite intuitive. Good weather means bullish and bad weather is bearish. And we have 3 levels in each of them according to the intensity of the astrology. And this is not always, but most of the times reflected in the magnitude of the price movement. Then we do have specific days. So, for example, 11 is an example. It can be any day in October. That would be green. It is low intensity green, so to speak. It is mid-intensity and high-intensity. I even give them a mathematical value here because this would be also used for my point system so that you have an idea what is the change in magnitude between these, what is the difference, at least astrologically. Again, you cannot skip TA, so please don't give up TA. Really look at it, and this is an indication of what you can expect. And the negative ones are in red, so this is bearish, and we have low intensity, mid intensity, and high intensity red. And this is basically the whole scheme of the notation. In the calendars, we also have these font sizes. The bigger it is, the bigger and the more rare is the event. So this is font size 30. Then we do have a sort of normal. This is font size 20, a aspect from Mars, which is basically occurring here, for example, in the mid of the week, but it will span a week before, a week after. So it's like a weekly level aspect. In that week, it will be very strong. So this is the reason why we have it bigger. And then aspects from Venus, from Mercury, from the Sun, usually they are of, a lesser influence in terms of time, therefore they are smaller in font, and they have strength as well, but it's rather for that day, and it can be felt also one day before and one day after, depending what time they occur. I do not have the time here, it would be super complex to put everything there, but you get the idea. Other symbols I want to explain. The red moon crescent is a hourly movement. So during the day, we can expect some drops, temporary drops for the Bitcoin price. And we have also the bright moon crescent, which is also an hourly movement, and it is about increasing prices. This is basically what you have. And you have also the volatility, which is at market level, we have this normal fire and we have a plus sign in case this will go up. So you see a positive upsurge, for example, and we see lately that this really happens, but it's quite, let's say, irregular. And it happens suddenly out of the blue, so it's good to be aware of this, that during the day we can expect this as well. Sometimes these do have also 14-hour delay. And especially when planets go stationary or retrograde, the delay is bigger. We cannot really say they happen to the time, to the exact time and minute. This is not really the case. Sometimes they do still. And you do have here an example of the market fire, which is red. It's negative, so it's a bearish aspect with Uranus. And then we do have the fires that are Bitcoin specific. So these are triggered in the Bitcoin chart. And sometimes a planet can trigger a fire on the same day, both red and green, like you see the case on the 8th. And this means high volatility on the day. It's in general bullish, but it will have also a sudden bearish movement during the day. When you do see a combination very close, for example, between a market fire or on the same day market fire and Bitcoin fire, these are, for example, dump pump scenarios you can expect. So it would be a bullish, bearish reversal, respectively. That could be quite significant because this price action, you know how it is for Bitcoin. In 1 hour, a lot can change, and in the rest of the day, almost nothing happens. So I invite you to be very attentive to these movements because they matter usually, and they can bring a big move. For some trend up, for sure, you will need to look for bigger numbers, like the 15th here, it's positive, and it is really a trend that comes from Saturn. I explain all this in the text. We will also talk about this in the video, so you see it here, and the global astrology as well. You have the video for it for each month separately, and this is valid for Bitcoin as well because it's global, affecting the whole markets. Thank you so much for your attention, and I would like now to really start and go at a faster pace with the calendars for November and December, and let's go into these.